This video is brought to you by ClusterFix, and today we're going to demonstrate the removal of an instrument cluster from a 2005 Pontiac Bonneville, probably similar to some of the other years around there. And a couple tools you'll need is a plastic trim panel tool, comes in handy. Plastic won't mar up your dash, and you can find these at auto parts stores and tool trucks. That's something that makes these jobs go easier, and maybe a little pocket screwdriver. And there's really no fasteners holding these on other than a couple fasteners right up inside of here above the steering wheel, or just below that area there. And there may be screws in there. This one has been into before. I don't know if this is factory or not, but there's little push pin rivets. They might have had those in there instead of screws. And to take these out, they'll be in there like that. And to take them out, you'll reach up under there, and if you push up with a screwdriver, you'll pop this rivet in, and it'll release this to where you're able to get behind it and pop it out. And then when you go to put it back in, just pop it back out so that's poking out. Stick it back in there and pop it straight so it's flush with the rest of the rivet. So there may be two of these in there, or you could have screws. Other than that, all you really need to do is take your trim panel tool. First thing is you can pry off this little bezel here for where the key goes in an ignition switch. So if you get behind here, you can pop that out, and you'll see how it's got notches in there, so the off will line up with the key slot when you're putting it back in with the key out of the ignition. And other than that, you'll go around and work your way around, and it's just held in by clips. So you just work your way around the trim panel here until you get it all loose. And go ahead and move your steering wheel in down position and just make your way around. So get that all loose and ready to pull out. And the only other thing you have to do is this driver's information switch center here. You just compress this little gray tab and pull the connector out, and then you can move this trim panel out of the way. And then the instrument cluster is sitting in here, and you'll see clips. There's 3 on top, there's 2 on the bottom, and you don't need any screws to remove it. And the connectors are secure in the dash, so once you loosen the cluster, it's just going to pull out. You don't have to unconnect anything, it unconnects itself. And the way you can remove these, you can remove the screws, but actually just get your hand up in the corner and pull on this cluster here on this end, and you'll see these little copper looking tabs, and you just push them and unlock them while you're holding pressure. And see, I just got the top loose, and then you'll go over to the bottom on this side while you're pulling. Get that one loose, just with your finger, reach in there. So now we got it all loose. So now it's loose in there and it's unplugged. And there's a rubber boot here on the steering column. And if you roll the cluster back, get it out far enough to where you can kind of roll it back, and just get in there with your fingers or something and release it from around that boot there, so it'll slide out of there, and just kind of tilt it forward and pull it out. And you'll see if you look at these little tabs here, this is what I'm doing is pushing it back. That releases it here, and when you reinstall it, you just center it up and push it in snug, and it's done. It's connected, it's secure. You put your trim panel back on and you're ready to go. These will experience problems mainly with the gauges starting to stick or act erratically or be inoperative altogether, and the backlighting starts going out over time. And if it's something you'd like to get repaired and send in to us, you can visit us on our website at www.clusterfix.com, or you can give us a call at 509-366-9009. Thank you.